Ballia BJP MLA Surendra Singh has come out in support of the main accused, defending it as an act of self-defense. The MLA also admitted to his links with the accused, calling him a BJP worker who helped him in the elections. The MLA has sought a CBCID inquiry. In fact, I am going to have a discussion on this entire matter because this is absolutely shocking at many levels once again and yet again coming from the state of UP, which raises a lot of questions on the state of administration and law and order in the state of Uttar Pradesh. First, let's understand what exactly happened in this case before I go to my guests who will be joining us. At this point, I already have with me Anila Singh, BJP spokesperson, and Dr. Vikram Singh, who is a former DGP of UP. I welcome the two of you to the big story this afternoon. Thanks for giving us your time. Before I go across to my guests, let's just put out for our viewers what exactly happened. A man was shot dead on Thursday in front of the local administrative officials in Ballia over a dispute that broke out in a meeting. Now, please remember, this is a meeting that's happening in the SDM office, the district magistrate, the subdivisional district magistrate's office in Durjanpur village of the Rioti area, which comes under the Ballia administration. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath immediately ordered the suspension of the officials present, in whose presence this murder literally took place, this cold-blooded murder where one man shoots at another for this dispute over the allocation of ration shops. That was the contentious issue. So Jai Prakash alias Gama, who is supposed to be the victim, he was 46-year-old. He was shot dead allegedly by Dhirendra Pratap Singh when the SDM decided not to go ahead any further with the meeting, since there was obviously uproarious scenes by then over this allocation issue. At this point, like I said, there were several other top cops also present. There were self-help groups and their members pitching for these ration shops, as one can imagine. So this incident took place there and then because of the dispute. An FIR has been registered against 15 to 20 people on the complaint of the victim's brother. And taking serious note of the incident, the Chief Minister has directed the SDM and the other police personnel present on the spot to be suspended immediately, and also said strict action will be taken against the accused. The role of the officers will be investigated. So that's the overall picture that I wanted to give our viewers before I go across to my guests. I want to come to you first, Dr. Vikram Singh, if I may ask you this issue about how each and every time new levels are breached in terms of the audacity of the crime. So now we have small-time goons, local gundas, wielding loaded weapons in front of district magistrates. What does it say about administration at the local level in UP, and a person can just walk free after having shot at another individual?
Afrida, may I submit that in this case, you would understand that 11 policemen were present along with the Deputy SP and the CU. That is almost the strength of a full-scale police station in rural India. And in their presence, if somebody came with a licensed weapon, agreed it was a licensed weapon, not only brandished it, but fired 4 times. And firing 4 times would require at least 10 seconds. And in that period, all the 11 police personnel, they were mute spectators to what was happening. That shows 3 things. You were not prepared for the event. Your training was shoddy. Reflexes were even worse. And then you were caught unawares and on the wrong foot as always. I had expected a lot more, and I do hope that the annual firing practice is done as is customary, because if one fails in the annual firing, one forgoes his promotion and increments in the police department. Obviously, nothing like this has happened, and that is why you have a situation where you only have sad sacks. 1. Then I would have been very happy if the policeman aimed and shot him in between the eyes or on the 3rd button of the chest, because this is what is the requirement of law, that if somebody is shooting and killing in front of you, IPC authorizes a person and the police to shoot and take minimum precautions and use minimum quantum of force so as to neutralize. In this case, the person is killing people. Therefore, even if in the cross-firing, the police should take pains to ensure that minimum force is used. Here, even if the assailant was killed, it would have been within the ambit of right of private defense. But that did not happen, and the rest is the action taken by the government is equally lukewarm and dilute. I would have expected a lot more dismissal, announcement of reward on the accused. That has not happened. Confiscation of his immune property, that has not happened. And to top it all, the ruling party BJP MLA says that he fired in self-defense. Self-defense in police personnel is not acceptable. His self-defense would have been ensured by the SDM and the CEO, not by him personally. He's taken law in his own hands.
Yes, very, very sharply put there. And that's precisely the point I'm coming to now. The point that you made about a BJP MLA actually defending this. Yes, believe it or not, that's the case. Let's first listen into it before I go across to Anila Singh. Surendra Singh, BJP MLA of Ballia, speaking in this case. Let's listen into what he says.
उसको विधायक बनाने में उसका परिवार वोट दिया है, लोकसभा चुनाव में वोट दिया है, अभी सभी कार्यक्रमों में भाग लेता है, तो मैं कैसे कह सकता हूं कि मेरा सहयोगी नहीं है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी का वो सहयोगी है, मेरा ही सहयोगी नहीं है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सहयोगी। मैं बिल्कुल कह सकता हूं कि हमारे चुनाव में उसने मदद किया था, लोकसभा के चुनाव में मदद किया था, लेकिन गोली चलाने के लिए हम नहीं कहते। कोई सहयोगी है तो गोली चलाएगा, ये अच्छी बात है। जो घटना है उसकी मैं निंदा करता हूं। मैं इसकी CBCID जांच की मांग करता हूं पूज्य योगी आदित्यनाथ जी से, और भाजपा के सभी शीर्ष नेतृत्व से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि उसके लिए CBCID जांच करके, निष्पक्ष जांच करा करके जो दोषी है उसको दंडित किया जाए। मुझको
Well, Anila Singh, you heard what Mr. Surendra Singh had to say. What exactly do we make of this? He's trying to tell us that here is a man who helped me during elections. He's a BJP man, it seems. And there again, trying to justify what he did, saying he shot in self-defense even before any investigation has said any such thing. Who is Mr. Surendra Singh to come and say this? And we have seen this happen repeatedly, whether it's the Vikas Dubey case, the Hathras case. It seems the criminals enjoy a lot of clout and political clout.
After that, first of all, if you talk about Dhiren Singh, he's not a listed criminal. All right. I mean, we cannot compare Vikas Dubey with Dhiren Singh. Let us not do that. Secondly, if you ask me about local MLA, then definitely it is his own point of view. This person, Dhiren Singh, and his family might have voted for Bharatiya Janata Party. He might be close associate of him. But he is nobody to tell the Yogi Adityanath ji that CBCID inquiry should be done. He should have some faith in his police force of Uttar Pradesh. And definitely, nobody can justify his firing. That too in the presence of the police force, local administration like SDM, CEO and other police personnel, they were there. We all know that there was some sort of uproar, and the local people from this particular person who died in this incident, his family and his friends, they attacked this person because there was some sort of animosity going on in between the two families. But it doesn't mean that you are going to take out your gun and you are going to shoot someone. As Mr. Vikram Singh ji said, that self-defense, that too in front of police and administration, is not a right explanation. So I can only say this thing, that Mr. Surendra Singh ji should mind his words. He should understand that he is a public representative, that too from a political party, which always keeps.
But do you realize, Anila Singh, the kind of message this sends to the larger masses? Here is a elected representative, here is a lawmaker, an MLA who is saying this from your party. So it is very well for you to disown his statements and say it's his personal opinion. He does not have such luxuries, Anila Singh. When you're an MLA and you're speaking to the public from a public platform, you do not have such luxuries to take liberties with personal opinions of this kind. Because this can be extremely damaging. The message that it sends across, Anila Singh, is damaging. Because you are encouraging this kind of violence by saying that, well, it was done in self-defense.
After that, first of all, we are not encouraging any sort of violence. And the message from Mr. Yogi Adityanath ji is very, very clear that Uttar Pradesh is not the place for crime and criminals. Secondly, you are saying that what sort of message Mr. Surendra Singh is giving when he says that the person who fired, or because of his gun, a person, he was killed. So I just want to say the message should be from Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, not from any MLA. he has contested from our party, but it doesn't mean that what he is saying is totally what UP Chief Minister says. So we have to trust and we have to own what UP CM says, not him, because he is a darling of media, because he keeps on giving such controversial statements, and he loves doing that because media goes to him, then they take bite, and he keeps on giving such controversial statements. So definitely,
I want to go to Mr. Vikram Singh for one last word. I get your point that this is not your party position. Surendra Singh does not speak for the Yogi government. Only the Chief Minister is authorized to speak for the Yogi government and not anyone else. Point taken. I want to go across to Vikram Singh just to ask you, whether it is the BJP or the Samajwadi Party or the BSP for that matter, the fact of the matter is these ground realities have not changed. It seems as if these rogue elements run some sort of a parallel fiefdom, and the local administration is kind of held hostage. Is the politician, criminal and police nexus responsible for this? Dr. Vikram Singh.
Afrida, with a small proviso that it is crime, caste, politics, and also caste also. Don't forget caste in this. Caste is a new dimension. But I would say there's a small difference in what happened earlier and what happens now. Yogi Adityanath has a no-nonsense approach to control of crime and the underworld. His solemn instructions are not carried out in letter and spirit by the ground level police force, which is a matter of concern. Why they are not being carried out is a matter of extreme shock and concern by one and all. I belong to UP. But it is also refreshing to see that the principled and the upright stand taken by a political spokesperson, that is Miss Anila Singh, today on your show. Normally, I find the political spokesperson defending the indefensible. For a change, Ms. Anila Singh has boldly said that what Surendra Singh has said is not right. What has happened is not right. And whoever has done whatever he has, he may be a BJP member or anyone. If he transgresses the rule of law, he will...
The suspension and the transfers, Mr. Vikram Singh, you know very well, has not yielded any results. So while we appreciate all the strong words, we want to see some crackdown on these elements. Has that happened in your observation?
That has not happened. Again, we are indulging in cosmetics and sweeping things underneath the carpet. I would have been very happy if those, as the law mandates, if somebody escapes from my custody and accused, then I deserved a case to be registered and then sent to jail immediately. After what kind of a circus is going on? Firing, I apprehend, he runs away. I think police have better training than participate in this kind of a circus.
Absolutely, and there are a lot of issues with the fact that these criminals have infiltrated everywhere. There are arms licenses files that go missing. There are witnesses that have turned hostile. The powerful and the influential manage to get away. Let's hope that doesn't happen again in this case. I would like to thank Dr. Vikram Singh and Anila Singh for joining us this afternoon here on Mirror Now. Appreciate your giving us your time.